They're basically saying, yeah, he did it, but you can't prosecute him for it. And that right there is the story nobody's talking about enough. But before we go any further, real quick, let's be honest. You can't really trust mainstream media anymore. That's why we built Pump Politics, to bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, join our free newsletter. We'll send the news straight to your inbox every day. Just click the link in the description to join. And if you just want to support what we're doing, join us. Be part.
Okay, Trump is not in any type of way the crown holder. I am. So, with that being said, listen up. So, the crimes that Donald J. Trump made upon him with cases of evidence is graphic to serve guilty party, imprisonment, and on his record. So, drink you some tea. Let's play more. Let's see what else I could talk to you with today, okay? Drink you some tea, drink you some iced coffee, and eat you some dinner. Now let's watch.
Part of the community that actually cares about the truth. All right, let's get back to the video.
So he is doing his absolute best to blow this case out of New York State Court and move it into New York Federal Court.
But exactly how much does this argument rest on last year's Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity? It seems that's why the president might want to have this case moved to federal court.
Right. The basis for his argument is that the United States Supreme Court said that presidents have immunity, at least for their official acts. And the Supreme Court also said that, generally speaking, during a trial, you can't introduce evidence of a president's official acts, that violates the immunity rule. So what Trump is arguing is that his trial in New York involved evidence of what he thinks were his official acts, that it shouldn't have happened. And that's the basis, or at least a big part of the basis for his appeal. And that's the question he's ultimately trying to get the federal courts interested in, whether or not this evidence was improperly introduced and used against him at his state court trial.
So here's what's happening. Jack Smith, the special counsel who investigated Trump for January 6th and the classified documents case, just dropped his final report. And it's brutal. Smith says his office had proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump committed crimes. Not maybe crimes. Actual prosecutable send you to prison crimes. We're talking election subversion, pressuring state officials, fake electors, exploiting the January 6th mob, the whole thing. Smith says he had enough evidence to secure a conviction at trial. And Trump's lawyers, they're not really denying any of it. In their Supreme Court brief.
Okay, now, so his trial date is coming up sooner, the better. So this wrongfulness could get taken care of in the jury seat. And by you. Thank you, color lawyers. Thank you, color judges.